Hey everyone, Michael here. Hope you guys are all having a fantastic day. Today we're going to be going over our weekly crypto update where we're going to be breaking down all of the technical analysis and all the big news coming out this week. And you guys know so far this is going to be a magnificent week. Let's get started here. Now let's get started here with Bitcoin. We know over the past month or so, Bitcoin has definitely been coming down. However, like we talked about before, we did find a little bit of a bounce off of that 20-week moving average here, and things are looking a little bit better as of now. This is where everybody is really focusing on this week. You guys can see we already broke above that 20-day moving average, and usually around these times we are looking at much more volatility. We did break out over here and not much happened, so we're going to be a little bit more cautious going forward. However, if you guys are buying Bitcoin right now and you guys are looking for a strong level of resistance for where things might start to turn back around on us, this is what you guys are looking for, that 50-day moving average. So if you guys are buying right now, looking at the 1 hour chart or the 4 hour charts, and you guys are gearing up, waiting for this breakout, which could definitely come here, guys, that level of resistance, unfortunately for us, is going to be either around the 200 moving average on the 4 hour chart or the 50 moving average on the daily chart. Both are going to be pretty similar. The majority of you guys, I think, like to look at the day trading or the day trading charts on the 4 hour chart like I do. So I might just use the 200 here, okay? I'm waiting for a breakout. It's going to be a nice short scalp. You also have the golden cross coming here. And if we can make it above that 200 and above that 50 on the daily chart, that's where things start to get a little bit more interesting, where we start going back up here to $67, $68, $69,000. Until that happens though, I'm going to stick to day trading. The weekly chart is barely bearish at this point. Overall still bullish trend, but it doesn't mean that we can't continue to come down week by week is the main point here, even if it's in this larger bullish trend. So as we look at what's happening this week primarily, I want you guys to really focus on a lot of volatility going to be happening here. If you guys are buying, look at that short-term resistance level around $65,000, $66,000. In this circumstance, $66,000. If you guys do want to do that trade at this point in time, your stop loss, if you guys are more cautious, is going to be around 62,800. Or if you guys really want to let it swing for a little bit for multiple days here and try to make this a swing trade, you guys are looking at a stop loss around 61,358 here. All right, so short term, Bitcoin did just have a breakout. The MACD just turned bullish, so I'm kind of just waiting to see what happens today, because if we close in a bullish MACD for the first time since March 15th, I would actually be pretty excited about trying to do a long here for maybe a week-long hold and kind of see where it goes. Because again, going on next week, we have CPI and PPI data. We don't really want to be trading during that time unless you guys have trades you guys have already been putting up sometime this week, most likely. So this is going to be one of those opportunities for you guys to really try to plan ahead if that's the way you want to go. For me, I'm just sticking to day trading here. But because we did break out, you are going to see a lot more people online, a lot more people looking out there to trade, trying to buy up and wait for a larger move to push us back up here. We are going to have that steady level of resistance right above that as well. So if we have some type of day where we're wicking above the 50, don't be surprised if we get smashed back down by the end of the day. This is going to be great for day traders, swing traders, scale out, and you guys should be fine. If you guys try to hold on too long, you may be surprised to see Bitcoin overall coming back down into this downward trend, which again is not going to be great news for a lot of you guys out there. But if we get good CPI data coming up over the next couple of weeks, that's where you guys buying right now is actually going to make some good moves. So whatever plan you guys have at this point in time, just make sure to have those stop losses in place and kind of wait for the system to mellow out a little bit. For me, primarily because I'm using lower leverages right now, if I do a swing trade, I might even have a much lower position. Well, I'm not looking to have a stop loss right here at 63,000 or all the way down here at 61,400. I might look to have a stop loss all the way down here on $59,000, just in case we do decide to come back down. But most likely later on today, I will be making a long trade here just for that scalp, and I'll tell you guys how that actually does go. Now, as far as the dollar index is concerned, when Bitcoin is going up, this is usually going down. When this is going up, Bitcoin is usually going sideways or down. We have seen over the last few days when Bitcoin's been going up, the dollar index coming screaming down. So as we approach this new week, if the dollar index finds some support, you will see Bitcoin go sideways and maybe even turn a little bit more bearish here, moving us back down to the low 60s. And I know that may be kind of depressing. However, that's kind of just the way we are. This breakdown could happen, though, again, as we start getting more inflation data and more economic news that'll really give us a symbol of, oh, yeah, good things can be coming ahead for us. So at this point in time, I'm almost trying to forecast when exactly this breakdown is going to be coming. And I think it'll actually happen sometime this week or next week. And that'll give Bitcoin a much better opportunity to go into all-time highs over the next few weeks here if CPI data allows. That's really going to be the big thing, if inflation data allows. And here are two pieces of news I just want you guys to understand. Right now, bad news is good news because everybody wants to see inflation come down and interest rates come back down. So when we had news come out the other day saying U.S. April jobs additions of 175,000 missed forecast for 243,000, that is going to be huge news for you guys. So when you guys see news coming out over the next few weeks and months, just have a good understanding. Bad news is good news. Good news is bad news. We want to see the economy slowing down. That way inflation hopefully will come down with it. On the other hand here, this is probably the best news we've heard in a very, very long time. Grayscale's Bitcoin ETF sees first inflow after billions lost since January. They have been selling this for a very, very, very long time. And now finally, they've started to get some inflows here, which means that all of that selling of Bitcoin that they've been doing, that most likely will not be happening consistently for a while, which gives Bitcoin an opportunity to go higher without all that selling pressure really pushing us down here. Okay, so that's really good news for everybody. As we end off this video for today, please make sure to subscribe, like the video, comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of this format here, because I will be changing it up and doing a whole bunch of mad scientist testing with it. And I appreciate all of you guys' feedback, as far as like telling me what extra stuff you'd want here, what stuff you don't want to have in here, and things of that nature. Okay, thanks.